In this video, we're going to go over the taskbar here at the top for all the different features available to you and what they mean. So the first one here is our search bar. You can simply input an address such as 30 Charles Street, and if you hit search, really simply, it'll bring you directly to that address specifically. Now, obviously, you can get a little bit more specific on this, and we can input a town, or a zip code, for example, and input it, and it'll be a little bit more accurate on that. But this one, like I said, is just very simple, 30 Charles Street. Now, next, you have the zoom icon here, so this will just zoom in. If we kind of hover over and we just create a little box here, it'll zoom us in a little bit onto that specific area of the map. If I'm zoomed out a little bit further and we kind of zoom in, we can bring ourselves into that area specifically that we were looking to go to. Next one here is the pan map. So this one here will just allow you to kind of drag yourself in any direction. This feature also works pretty much with any of these on as well. So you'll be able to use this whenever you want to. Now this next one here, if you have a GPS enabled device, so meaning if you are on your cell phone maybe, or if you are on an iPad or some kind of other device that has GPS enabled, some of you might even have laptops that use this, you can click this little bullseye icon here and this will zoom directly to your location. So if you're out in the field and you wanted to zoom in, say on a specific parcel that you were at, you can click this guy right here and it'll bring you directly to that parcel. Now this one here, these are going to be next map extent in history. So if you had a couple of parcels selected here, it's just going to bring you back to specifically where you were on those parcels and kind of allow you to see all the different parcels that you had highlighted on the map. The next one here, this is one of my favorites, the identify map feature. If we click this on here, we can start to kind of zoom around on the map here. If I decide, hey, I'm interested in this parcel here, for example, I can click on that parcel specifically, and then I can pull some parcel details. So for this one, we have our parcels tab right here, which will give you, something simple like an owner name, the site address, land use types, acreages. We can click more property details here. This will allow us to see more information on this property. I can click property details here, and it'll pull it on the side for us. It'll also show us any environmental resource permits submitted on that parcel. So we could see that this one here, for example, the permittee was Reed Ventures, Inc., and the project name is Charles Street Subdivision. Now our next one here, this is the identify parcel. So this one here, click on the map to see details about a parcel in the left panel. Very similar to this here, this parcel info. I'm going to go click on that layers, and then let's say we're interested in this parcel. Now it highlights it for us, and then we'll also see the parcel's information right here on the left-hand screen. Next, we have our Select Parcels tab. So this one here, we've gone over many a times. You can also watch a video on. We have our custom boundaries that we use with this here. So very simply, we can kind of just come in here, hit Select by Point, and then start highlighting different parcels of interest, and they'll all populate for us on the left-hand side here, and then also highlight for us. Now next, we have our Clear Selected Parcels. So for this one, I recommend that if you're going to use any of the custom boundaries features or search for parcels specifically, and let's say maybe you were looking to save these two sites specifically, but you had all these other sites lit up and highlighted in yellow, that's when you would come in and you would use this clear selected parcels, and that's going to clear those parcels, and then we'll just come back and we would be able to highlight these two parcels with our select by point feature. Now next we have our drawing tools, which we also have a ton of videos on. You can come in here and kind of, click around and draw different shapes on the map, draw different text, highlight different areas, and also you can use that drawing polygon to search for land. So if you're interested in that, check out our other videos on that as well. Then we have our measure area tool. So this one's real simple. Just click on it, and then we can kind of draw out, a different polygon maybe, and see an area. So if I just wanted to real quickly, maybe see like this parcel, double click to end any line, and then we can see, it'll give us lengths of each area we drew out, as well as a total square footage and a total acreage right on the map there for us. The measure distance is very similar. This one here is just going to measure single lines. So if we kind of come and draw across, we can just draw single lines here. And then again, double click to end any line. You can see that they're on the map. Now we have a couple different print options for you. This one here is the print map. So within this, you would select the layout of exactly what you want. If you wanted 8.5 by 11s, 11 by 17s, 24 by 36s, and then it's also going to scale it for you. So you can come in here and adjust this map, kind of drag it around. We can make it a little bit bigger if we wanted to show more area, and it'll automatically scale 1 inch here, say to 174 feet. If I make this a little bit bigger, it'll change it. 1 inch is now equal to 194 feet. So you can print this out and then obviously draw on top of this if you needed a scaled map. Next, we have our generate an image to download. So this one here will generate an image for us and then allow us to download it. So I can do a custom print here, max of 60 inches, or we can do an export for software if we wanted to export this and upload it somewhere else. We can just input our height and our width, input our resolution, your DPI here, so if we wanted low res, medium res, or high res prints, and then we have our format. We can either export in a PNG or a JPEG. And then you obviously just hit download map image. And then lastly, we have generate snapshot of image of the current map here. So this one here, you can just click on it. It'll take a layer, which I actually have the wrong layer on here. Just make sure you have an aerials on. Once we have that on, I can just generate an image. It takes a little bit of time sometimes to generate that image, but you can see here, this one went pretty quickly. And then it'll also print a map key for you. So any layers you have on, it'll print that map key down at the bottom for you so you can see it easily, exactly what's highlighted. So hopefully this video helped you here. If you liked it, please make sure to like the video itself, subscribe to our channel, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thanks so much.